Greetings, celestial star blossoms of the new Lemurian lineage of the 144. Welcome to the Ring of Fire portal activation, as this powerful eclipse gateway shifts the energies into the omega point of the harmonic convergence of all timelines. We are in the divine union of all consciousness into the one true light. We had more white lights of higher dimensional frequencies appearing on the Schumann charts as a 27 Hz amplitude, with the energy of the Council of Nine coming in. The white gold eagle completes the council. With the powers of the Great Spirit flowing through our sacred vessels, we are being lifted beyond all duality and separation. As the Ascension energies intensify, we are going through the compression vortex of linear space-time continuum into the vacuum of space. As we compress into our zero-point field, we merge with the infinite points of light into one point in space and time, the eternal now. We are feeling the pulsing expansion and compression on the deepest and highest levels, both within and without. We are surrounded by the sacred fire as the fire continues to burn from within, activating the totality of our luminous egg as we are being prepared for the great emergence as our true ascended self. I am love. I am peace. All is being revealed in this great awakening of the new earth. I am the healing that brings all into balance and harmony, a whole. And today, in the 0-point energies of stillness, of compression, of activation, we are being totally lit up with this Ring of Fire activation. Be sure to stick around to the very end of today's transmissions for a powerful solar eclipse, Ring of Fire, prayer, puja. And with these powerful, intense energies coming in, we had 128 activations of M1.5 or greater earthquakes all over Pachamama. The most powerful again on the Ring of Fire in Central America, Costa Rica, Samara, 5.7 activation. Earlier today, in the Sacred Portal, Kazakhstan. This is right on the Caspian Sea, another powerful portal with a 3.8 activation, 12 Divine Goddess. Gulf of Alaska, 3.1. Tonga on the Ring of Fire, 4.4. In the Sacred Portal of Afghanistan, where the three holy mountains, Tian Shan, Celestial Mountain, Kunlun in the middle, and Himalayan. We say Kunlun, one of the most sacred mountains in China, Tibet. It is known amongst the masters of the Taoist arts that as Lao Tzu attained immortality, he ascended Kunlun Mountain. It's one of the lineages and arts that I'm trained in, that I've taught for many years. And in this portal here, in Germ, Afghanistan, 4.0, 208 kilometers depth. In the Sacred Portal, the Democratic Republic of Congo, in our beloved Africa, we had a 5.0, 10 kilometers depth, 5 into the 10. And this is right on the border of Tanzania and Uganda by Lake Tanganyika, another sacred portal. All holy portals, sacred portals on Pachamama are being fully opened and activated. British Virgin Islands, 3.9, 12, Divine Feminine. Japan on the Ring of Fire, 4.8, another 12 activation, 46 kilometers depth, a mirror of the 64 code of the Matrix. Puerto Rico, 3.1, Indonesia, 5.1, Quebec, Canada, far north, closer to the Arctic Circle. We had a 4.6 activation, another 46 code of the mirror of the 64. Japan, Hokkaido, 4.6. 4646 1010 portal, the first portal to my sacred Condor. Yunnan, China, 5.1, 10 kilometers depth. Argentina, in the sacred portal, South America, and the foothills of the Andes, the most southern point of the Amazon, the Amazonian rainforest. We had a 4-4 Divine 44 activation, very deep, 570 kilometers depth. In the Bering Strait, north in the crown of Lemuria, we had a 3.08 kilometers depth. South of Kermadec Islands, also on the Ring of Fire, Southern Pacific, 4-4 Divine 44. That's the second 4-4 of the 8-8, the Lionsgate Lyran Nation, 370 kilometers depth. This is connected to the energy of the Royal Lions of New Lemuria, Chile, South America, and the Andes, home of our sacred Condor, Kundalini of Pachamama, 4.6. Salton City, California, United States, 3.0. Puerto Rico, 3.9, 3.1, 3.1. A Trinity, 3 activations right in a row. Guatemala, Central America, home of our Mayan elders, 4.2. Alaska Peninsula, 3.0. Then the most powerful activation of the day in our sacred Costa Rica, Central America, with the 5.7, 10 kilometers depth. East Timor on the Ring of Fire, 4-4. That's the triple, the trinity of the 4-4 of the 888, 528 kilometers depth. Very deep and powerful. Indonesia, 5-5, fifth dimensional energy coming in, 63 kilometers depth. Another 9 activation, Council of 9. Again, the whole Ring of Fire around the Pacific lit up as the Ring of Fire of our Solaris, our solar temple, is being activated within every living heart, activating the threefold flame of the mighty I Am presence, here now, in this body of pure consciousness, where I always am. We have many powerful transmissions coming to you today with this powerful solar eclipse in Gemini, the Ring of Fire. So let's get started with the current Sabian symbols. Right now, the moon is at 25 degrees, 36 minutes Gemini. The sun is at 20 degrees, 16 minutes Gemini. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 21 degrees Gemini. A tumultuous labor demonstration. The current Sabian symbol for the moon at 26 degrees Gemini. Winter frost in the woods, from astrologyweekly.com. And now my sacred Condor pulls a card for you from the tarot deck, Shadowscapes, from Stephanie Poy-Moon Law and Barbara Moore. The card she pulled for you today, another very powerful card. Card 12, the Hanged Man. And this is synchronic with being in between worlds, 0-point energy. In the foggy depths of the woods, he dips his fingers into the red clay, and with a careful hand he trails the patterns across his skin, across chest and arms and face. The spirals of red draw his mind into that place of deep meditation, where thought becomes action and where the stillness speaks with the voices of the gods. When the silence in his soul is absolute, he rises to his feet. The spirits of the forest watch as he passes, in mute witness and respect. They reach out tentatively to touch his hallowed flesh and fall into his footsteps. With solemn dignity, the procession arrives at the great oak. The hanged man makes his choice of self-sacrifice. He goes willingly to his fate, unhinges his grip on control, and endures for the sake of the rewards such knowing sacrifice may bring. Ivy creeps along his body, binding and entwining him physically to the tree, until they are as one. Ivy, symbol of determination and the unbreakable strength and will of the human spirit. In an echo of his action of faith and sacrifice, the Fae fold back their wings and free fall from their perches in the tree, entrusting themselves to the winds. Meaning, letting go and surrendering to experience an emotional release. Accepting what is and giving up control, suspending action, sacrifice. As Odin hung upon the world tree, Yggdrasil, in his quest for knowledge, thus to attain the greatest rewards, one must be willing to give up the self. The Hanged Man also urges you to reverse your view of the world and see things in a new light. Sometimes a change in one's perception of the world is required, a subtle shifting of the state of mind, which is what we are in the process of through this great awakening, is shifting our perception from the dark into the light, from the suffering into the bliss. from the pain into the pleasure, and really feel into that energy of this great shift of perception of consciousness into the new earth. Aho. And now today from Divine Sister of the Light, Alicia Brache. Hey, Soul Tribe, we are now in the countdown before the solar eclipse and new moon. Ring of Fire and the Sun has released a massive sunspot, not earth-facing, however no doubt certainly feeling the effects of this one. Today has been such a weird day. I've been incredibly dizzy, lightheaded, spacey, tired yet unable to sleep. Who has been connecting with children in dream space? I was dreaming about the hybrid children preparing to come and integrate to live on Earth all last night. It's definitely been a big squeeze in the lead up to this eclipse. Remember, the sun is connecting to our masculine aspect and energy, so that might feel quite frazzled right now. Clearing away and clearing the path of what's to come over the next phase. Finding connections to similar patterns that occurred back in December 2020. At that moment, themes coming back around to revisit. The sun is expanding and preparing to dance with the earth and cosmic energies. Symptoms and sensations might be experienced with the sunspots. Solar plexus activity, feeling anxious, uncomfortable, and feeling lots of fear rise up for no apparent reason. The solar plexus is directly connected with the sun energy. Tingling sensation on the lips, huge inspiration, insights, and downloads. This is a time where our consciousness has the opportunity to expand to greater heights in the next level. Energy influx in the body, feeling the vibrational energy charges as our bodies are adjusting to higher levels of frequency. Little or no sleep, also very heightened dreams and lots of dream space activity. Headaches, intense head pressure in the crown and third eye as our consciousness expands. Aches and pains in the body, especially the legs. Pain in the spine as the energy channel clears and opens. Heightened emotions, heightened mental patterns, broken sleep and intense dreams. Heightened spiritual and psychic phenomena. Irritability, triggers coming up for release. Things you can do to alleviate these symptoms. Drink plenty of water. Rest, and more rest. Meditation and balancing your energy. Connecting with nature. Be gentle with yourself and others. Sending so much love and blessings. From Alicia, CosmicGateway.com. And from Isis Channelings, the haloed Crown of Light, Ring of Fire, June 10. And so we reach the final step of this eclipse gateway, May 26th through June 10th. The haloed Crown of Light awaits those ready to ascend into their destiny, the crowning of their gifts, talents, and attributes collected over many lifetimes. Those who have spent this gateway in the womb of the underworld, bidding their final adios to some significant and life-changing pathways that have brought them to this now, tasting the bitter medicine of pain, terror, heartbreak, grief, confusion, and identity crisis that somehow has brought them into greater knowing of their path, destiny, and gifts, attributes, talents, and thus has brought them into greater wholeness, inner alchemy, union, and balance, innate confidence, power, and sovereignty. Those who travel the rainbow bridge not only between the heavens and earth, but also the third realm of the underworld, where potential and creation is first unveiled. They will be crowned with the halo of light as they emerge over the next 6 months with the seed of potential and creation on the rainbow bridge as they resurrect, emerge from the womb of the confusing subconscious underworld, to plant these on the earth plane, conscious plane, under the guidance of the heavenly cosmic wisdom of the superconscious field. It's the crown of the brave hearts. It's the crown of the queen, king, who will direct the new foundations and pathways. But above all, it's a crown of payback for the hard work, integrity, perseverance, courage, and dedication. That which can never, ever adorn the flag bearers of patriarchy or selfish, self-serving interests. That which belongs to the custodians and protectors of the elements, spirit, and earth. The hallowed crown of destiny, and light, and grace, and joy. Be the change you want to see. From IsisChannelings.wordpress.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Laura, Pleiadian. New Moon Solar Eclipse, June 10th, 2021. Trickster and Magician. This powerful partial eclipse annular and new moon in Gemini on Thursday, June 10th, 2021 at 7:52 a.m. ADT. The partial eclipse ring of fire starts at 5:36 a.m. ADT and ends at 7:35 a.m. ADT. For some of you, sunrise may not have started yet, or you may not be in the path of the eclipse to view it. Although this is a new moon, this is not traditionally like a regular new moon. When a solar eclipse occurs during a new moon, the energy becomes less stable and is not accessed in the same way. The mental body potential may be very activated during this eclipse, and although this is Mercury retrograde, there will be some inner dialogue to either deal with, clear, or be aware of. What is the mind of yours making up and believes in as truth? What are the stories you're telling yourself that are often held in the shadows, now aware of? These shadows, these thoughts present yet unaware would serve you well to pay attention to. That is the flow of this intense solar eclipse, new moon in Gemini, during Mercury retrograde. The shadow and collapse potentially may be on a larger scale and or be something you experienced cleared and ended as if in a death and rebirth of sorts. Do not underestimate the power of the solar eclipse during Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde already requires deeper introspection as well as moving slowly through all communication situations. This includes with yourself. Be clear on what you are clear about. Notice all self-talk that is the contrary of what you feel you are clear about and or represents more of the real you, the eternal you, the one you see yourself being now. Mercury retrograde will also square Neptune. These murky waters add to the challenge of the communication awareness required to come out of this above water, maneuvering through a death and rebirth process into successfully being more of your eternal self. Will require great introspection. Saturn square Uranus and the solar eclipse conjunct Mercury, solar eclipse square Neptune will all contribute to what is to surface from the deeper recesses of your subconscious mind. Changes, sudden inner awareness of thought patterns, misunderstandings, delays, dark night of the soul, all may be part and parcel of this intense energy experience. Remember, all of this will be unique to you, to your DNA, your levels of awareness, and your exact blueprint, as well as your life plan for this, your incarnation on planet Earth. The powerful forces at play in the shadowy energy of all of this is very deep. Above all, allow all to surface, develop greater awareness of your thought patterns, and specifically the stories you repeatedly tell yourself. As you do so, if you do, you will gain some insights and transformations. Mercury is the trickster, the messenger as well as the magician. Add to this the pressure of the shadows required to surface. We either have a confused life experience, dark night of the soul, or a gateway to greater freedom and awareness. One in which the mind and its thoughts, just ever so tweaked in harmonious alignment, bring to light the magical process of being the divine, manifested into being. Align your heart with every thought with the heart. In this mystical alignment you awaken to being the magician of eternity, the transformed into being the divine ascended master, here literally walking on earth. Choose with awareness and eternal divine love, and in this we bless you now, from the new divinehumanity.com, and from Divine Sister of the Light Judith Kusel. We are in a moment of deep respite from the intensity of cosmic energy pouring in, as we now need to assimilate what came in with such powerful waves upon us in the last few weeks. Indeed, we are being given time to catch our breath before the next massive waves are upon us. This is a time to simply allow yourself to take very deep breaths and to truly just learn to be. I was watching a flock of birds the other day, and they were just enjoying themselves, flying up and down and in circles, and indeed, they were having a ball. I would have loved to join them in their frolicking dance, joyful, graceful, and beautiful. Birds are messengers, and when we are open to their messages, we find moments of inspiration beyond anything we ever expected. Even the songs the birds sing have hidden messages, which only those who are tuned in will be able to interpret and indeed understand. So often we forget to just dance for the sheer joy of dancing, to allow ourselves to find joy in little things, and to see and sense the exquisite beauty of Mother Earth all around us, to find time to listen to beautiful and uplifting music, to go and do what you have always wanted to do and has been on your bucket list for some time. Whatever it is which stirs your soul, just go and do it, be it, and become it. More than this, to seek the sacred sanctuaries in the innermost heart of your soul, where you can become as one with the divine. To me, these moments are sacred and holy, and indeed filled with awe and wonder as I experience omnipresence, which goes beyond words. Just take time to breathe, to light up, to love, to sow seeds of inspiration, love, and joy wherever you go, and radiate it out. From JudithKusel.com. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Carolyn, Servant of Yahweh. Masks are coming off, allowing you to clearly see the new earth leadership position that's waiting for you. Downloads of ideas and inspirations for how you can serve and lead others in your family life and profession are quickly entering. New, prosperous business ideas of how you can expand your network and offerings are activating you to see your future self that you're walking into. Spirit is co-creating your new, lavish, and abundant lifestyle with you today. Happy new moon, beloveds. The heart is healing from ancestral karmic wounds that attracted people who used you and ultimately took your power, time, wellness, and energy. These layers have been holding you back through repeated loops that were mirroring the same lessons and relationships throughout your life. You have healed and evolved so much for yourself, your family, and all of New Earth. You are a special starseed soul that came on mission to do exactly this for our collective ascension. This mission, however, has come to completion now. Thank you, beloved I am. So honored to be here with you right now. Thank you for all you do every day. God bless you. Now wisdom is granted that is taking us starseeds of the Holy Grail through the portal into our new evolved reality. Over the next month we are clearing the veils of illusions that kept you mentally entangled with counterparts that were never going to commit. Today brings a final death to the illusions of this loop. Gradually, daily, over the next few weeks, you will understand the lessons and see your relationships more accurately and honestly. Nourishment and healing is preparing you for the next chapter of divine union, embodying the bride and bridegroom of Christ's templates. The divine masculine Christ are beginning a new cycle of being a loyal partner that are fully committed to the success of their family and mission. We are all ready to witness the rise of the new earth masculine, and they are ready to fulfill their new positions. Their emotions of the past are clearing for the masculine now to the Cancer new moon. They are healing and aligning to kingdom marriage now. In Jesus Christos' name, Amen. From Carolyn Kundalini Twin Flames, and from Astro Butterfly, New Moon and Annular Solar Eclipse in Gemini, Halo. On June 10, 2021, we have a powerful new moon and annular solar eclipse in Gemini. This is a North Node eclipse. North Node eclipses, unlike South Node eclipses, are connected with the future. Something new comes up and changes the trajectory of our destiny. North Node eclipses push us out of our comfort zone, but also come with opportunities for those who are ready to seize them. At a North Node eclipse, we create new karma. Nothing obvious may happen because solar eclipses, much like the new moons, are rather subtle. However, if we are to accurately trace the most important turning points of our life, we would probably find out that they originated at a solar eclipse. This is not your regular solar eclipse, it is an annular solar eclipse. In an annular eclipse, the disk of the moon totally covers the sun, just like a total eclipse. But because the moon is a bit farther away from the earth than usual, there is a ring of sun around the edge of the moon, which looks like a ring of fire or halo. A halo has a deep spiritual meaning, symbolizing resurrection, or the idea that what is holy and divine, the light, cannot be overcome by darkness. Why are annular eclipses different? To better understand an annular solar eclipse, let's come back to the anatomy of the new moon and of the solar eclipse. Normally the sun and the moon have the same size, of course, as seen from Earth. That's how eclipses are possible. A solar eclipse always occurs at the new moon, when the sun and the moon are in the exact same area of the sky. On a new moon, the moon is invisible, because it is so close to the sun we just can't see it. The sun outshines it. The new moon has a solar or yang energy. That's why new moons are associated with new beginnings. Yang energies are associated with new beginnings, while full moons are associated with culminations. Yin energy makes things happen and feels fated. What about a solar eclipse? A solar eclipse is a special new moon. Yes, the sun and the moon are still conjunct. They are still in the same area of the sky. The moon should be invisible because it is outshined by the sun, right? However, because the sun, the moon, and the earth are aligned in a straight line, and the moon is in between the sun and the earth, the moon covers the disk of the sun. What was supposed to be day becomes night. What was supposed to be the victory of light becomes the victory of fate. The moon outdarkens the sun. That's why we say eclipses are fated. A solar eclipse is a fated new beginning, something that happens to us, and can present itself in the form of an opportunity or a demand to adjust to a new situation. Finally, let's talk about annular eclipses. Our Gemini eclipse is an annular eclipse. An annular eclipse is a total solar eclipse with a twist. The sun, the moon, and the earth align in the same way they do when we have a total solar eclipse. However, since the moon is a bit farther away from the earth than usual, she doesn't get to fully cover the disk of the sun. Because she's a bit smaller, we get that ring of fire or the halo effect. We can still see the disk of the sun. We know the sun is still there. The light is not overcome by darkness. And in the fertile union of the sun and the moon, something special, something divine emerges. Annular or halo eclipses are windows into the divine. Have you ever thought why saints or important spiritual or religious figures are depicted with a halo around their heads? To draw attention to their message, a halo is the sign of a divine message, a very important message, a message that cannot be overlooked. Solar eclipse in Gemini, Mercury retrograde, and Neptune. The eclipse is at 19 degrees Gemini, and it is conjunct Mercury retrograde. A Gemini eclipse conjunct Mercury is very interesting because Mercury is the ruler of this eclipse. When the ruler of the eclipse is conjunct the eclipse is much more powerful because it is on the same frequency with the energy of that particular astrological season. Mercury is retrograde, bringing a deeper spiritual message that will change us at an identity level. The lights may go off, but the trace of light that remains will guide us to discover what is otherwise invisible to the eye. In the heart of the sun, we are called to find answers from the information fabric of our being. Mercury, or Hermes, is the only god who has the freedom to travel through all the worlds, heaven, the earth, and the underworld. Similarly, our mind can travel into the past, present, and future, or from the superconscious, the conscious, and the subconscious. When Mercury is conjunct in eclipse, our awareness is razor sharp. Right now we have the unique ability to communicate with the different parts of our brain and with the brain of the universe, the brain of infinite possibilities. Listen to what Mercury retrograde has to tell you. It's not that you haven't heard it before, but this time you may discover new nuances and deeper meanings. Finally, let the union of the sun and the moon guide you to that part of yourself that you need to reinvent and recreate. You are the result of billions of years of evolution, yet you are not your past. Just like the planets and the galaxies, you are in constant motion and evolution. From astrobutterfly.com. And from Divine Brostar of the Light, Daniel Giamario, from Shamanic Astrology Mystery School, a very mercurial annular solar eclipse. As we approach the end of the first eclipse season of the year with the annular ring eclipse, today, Thursday, let's check in on a few of its most important features. The eclipse occurs at 6:53 a.m. EDT. Also today is the exact Sun conjunct Mercury, 6:13 p.m. EDT, and the Moon conjunct Mercury at 8:37 a.m. EDT. A reminder that the U.S. Mars is 21 degree Gemini, and the DSC is 13 degree Gemini, and a reminder that this is a North Node eclipse, making it future-oriented. So why a mercurial eclipse? And of further interest, the U.S. Mercury is actually retrograde at 24 degrees Cancer, with a Pisces synodic overtone, with the Hermetic evening star phase, and just beginning the alchemical metamorphosis from Pisces to Cancer. The Sun-Mercury conjunction is a super important point in the alchemical metamorphosis of the Aquarian synodic overtone of Mercury and Gemini, fully developed at the stationary direct point on June 22nd, at 18 degrees 8 minutes Gemini. The word mercurial certainly is a wonderful word that captures most all of the essences of Mercury, Hermes, and particularly the Gemini synodic overtone. An online dictionary begins with the words eloquence, ingenuity, thievishness, followed by unpredictable changeableness. Other synonyms follow, including capricious, fickle, fluid, inconsistent, mutable, skittish, temperamental, unstable, unsteady, volatile, and variable. Sound like Mercury and Gemini retrograde? Just wait for the full synodic cycle after June 22nd. It also reminds me a lot of one of the three main shadows of the United States. As I have written and spoken about a lot lately, the annular eclipse offers many ceremonial opportunities, whether you can see it or not. Those of you in the eastern and central Canada have quite a good view, and the northeast U.S. gets a great partial eclipse where the sun at sunrise is already partially eclipsed. Philadelphia gets a 71% partial eclipse. This is a presaging of the quadruple cross of the floor eclipses over the U.S. from 2023 to 2024, involving the solar eclipses of 2012, 2017, 2023, and 2024. Being a North Node eclipse, there is a great potential for envisioning a better future, but in the partial phase, prior to totality, place the greatest emphasis on the past shadow of Gemini, personally and collectively, with a strong emphasis on the actual historic behavior of the U.S., honestly and objectively, without any propaganda. And then at the nearly 4 minutes of annularity, imagine a portal appearing, through which new bursts of creativity, vision, and imagination stream through from outside the galaxy, by way of the galactic edge, where souls pass by the gates of duality and polarity. Should you witness this, the flames and radiance of the sun's corona, clearly seen around the moon, can represent the brilliance of celestial creativity, following the time of totality, then its seed planting time, at least for the next 6 months. But considering what is coming, I suggest envisioning through 2025, as this eclipse season presages the upcoming quadruple cross of 2023 and 2024. This is the most active magic portion of a super new moon total eclipse, where we can co-create with great mystery. And from Divine Brostar of the Light, Paul Dobry Carey, the June 10th solar eclipse brings to you a large assignment of Om work which asks you to reflect upon and look directly at the energetic feelings that are passing through around you and influencing you. The eclipse's primary location will be in the northern hemisphere over Canada and occurs in the early hours of the morning just after sunrise. For most, it will come and go without knowledge or significance. The task at this time, however, is to look deep within yourself and reflect your own light and shadows created by your existence, to see where you are, what you are personally dealing with right now, the way you are dealing with the cocktail of feelings that pass through your heart center daily, and your labeling of them with the different names given to the varying frequencies of emotion, such as weariness, mistrust, anxiety, and skepticism. Or have you instead embodied peacefulness, calmness, allowance, and acceptance? Make time to go for a walk in a forest, and you may come across a bird you did not recognize, a tree that you did not know, an insect that you had no name for. Spend time afterwards to find out what they are, their names, their roles in the forest. Next time you go out, you will know them. You will know their names. You will understand how they fit into the forest system as part of the flow of life that lives there. You will see them with fresh eyes and expanded awareness, a fuller picture of what has always been there. Only you had not noticed them before because you did not know of their existence until they revealed themselves to you. Do the same with your own life. Look at your emotions. Find out about them, how they manifest, what they influence you to do, how they behave, how they interact with others, which ones have a positive effect, which are negative. Others will show you all that you are by their response to you and your own personal display of emotions. How well do you know all the emotions? Which ones do you choose to use, and which ones do you keep hidden from others? Each emotion has always been there. Most have been given a name, but how well do you know them? And in finding out, how much have you learnt about knowing yourself? Emotions are the measurement of who you are, not your thoughts of who you are. The solar eclipse reflects back your own light and lays your shadow self before you. through the actions and reactions of those around you. Feedback, false identity, participation, conflict, argument, cooperation. Only this time you get to feel this directly, as the feelings of others also feed through your opening heart center, running parallel with your own feelings. A time for directly experiencing the effects of your actions on others through empathetic resonance with feeling their emotions exactly as though they were your own. This will bring about the direct karmic effect of instant feedback. Remember reading about that at some point. It's here and now. Accountability, responsibility, integrity, authenticity, your conscious awareness of your conscience. Look deep upon the truth revealed, the mirrored reflection of self. With loving blessings, Paul Dobrikari from PolarisLab.com. And from a gift from Gaia. Are you ready, loves? We are now facing a powerful portal in which we get to reset, renew, or repeat. It is our choice. After writing this report, I began reading a fabulous book called Isis Unveiled, and it introduced me to the Eclipse Saros, in which today's eclipse is from Saros 147 and links us in specifically with the eclipses of 1985 and 2003. I was gifted to see what these eclipses have broken down in my life experience. Today I vow to jump off the wheel of the known. Today I realize what the masculine has been speaking to me all throughout my life. Today I pledge my service to assist, guide, and heal with my loving light, embracing all, accepting all, receiving all wholly and completely. Today I am entering the unknown. So the light will fade, and each of us will have the opportunity to move deeper within, to then burst out, in our magnificent, unique, upscaled ways. This eclipse will be instrumental in changing the shape of our collective pattern. It has the power to begin wars, earthquakes, and more, but together we will rise above, holding all in complete acceptance for the purification and awakenings now present on our planet. The Ring of Fire. If there is one thing that a total solar eclipse teaches us, it is that everything is truly in an exact perfection for the point and purpose of each now moment and the choices that we collectively and individually make. Collectively we move like a murmuration of starlings, a shape, the perfect movement of a collective pattern. As we pick up the light codes and begin to experience the theme of the times, each of us individually manifested through our own filters, our own beliefs, each of us exploring possibilities or polarizing in the limitations, but all ultimately receiving the most magical freedom and liberation codes to do as we will. No thing ever is wrong, no thing ever bad, and likewise no thing ever right or good. Just simply a quantum field open to every interpretation for us to realize the greatness in all experience. And in truth, our only purpose is to receive the experience in gratitude for the expansion it provides, and that the expansion teaches us to maximize on our experience and to ultimately have fun. Does this mean that the meaning of life is to play? What I find so incredible about a total solar eclipse is its perfection, that the moon passing between the earth and the sun fits like a perfect glove. How can it possibly be that the sun is exactly 400 times larger than the moon, while also being 400 times farther from the earth? We are most definitely experiencing divine perfection, wouldn't you agree? Our solar system sings the song of perfection. The moon being 2,160 miles in diameter, the same number of years and an age, is truly blows me away and is a constant reminder that all is without a shadow of an eclipse in divine order, and that we are moving in perfection for what we chose to experience long ago. Our ancients knew the eclipses to be a portal that set the new path, or perhaps delivered the deep internal codes for our inner starlings to begin moving in a new form and shape. A solar eclipse is known to be more noticeably a collective movement when something personal. Together we move the mountain. Together we shift into a new collective version for the next set of available opportunities, so that more of our brothers and sisters awaken, which is the only point and purpose now as we shift from the Piscean to the Aquarian age, which is approximately a 300-year process, 15 generational experience, depending on whether we tap into and flood ourselves from the fountain of life. All is possible. It's only a remembrance Nothing is set in stone. This is a quantum field that we get to play in now. The solar eclipse is really targeting a new attitude, a new, more expanded way of living, and something more sustainable. When we read the astro map in terms of the actual positioning from where we look up from Earth, we see that the sun and moon is to meet in Taurus. I get asked frequently which astrology chart is correct. So here is how I see things. Tropical, which places the eclipse in Gemini, or sidereal, which places this eclipse in Taurus. And my answer is always read both and see the path ahead. The further you expand on the ascension path, the more sidereal alignments ring true. This sidereal alignment are the actual positions as per our view. So the sun is actually in Taurus as we speak, and the tropical astrology deals much more with the personal, more physical aspects of what we are required to clear to get to the actual alignments and correspondence of sidereal. When we read the two together, we get such a perfect look at the entire path ahead. So again, there is no right way or wrong way. We are currently blessed to have all ways to give us more support and guidance. How we surf a solar eclipse is down to personal choice. However, our ancients would never watch the eclipse. They would be in meditation and focused on mantras and rituals. Food is not eaten throughout the portal, and neither is it a time to travel. It is a time to honor the moment and movement that is underway, and bathing was done after the event. The Taurus solar eclipse is known as the Ring of Fire because the totality of the eclipse, it will be received in America, Canada, Finland, Norway, Iceland, Netherlands, Poland, Romania, Spain, Denmark, Austria, Ukraine, Portugal, Morocco, Russia, China, Ireland, and England. South of England will receive 30% and north of England will receive 50%. The sun represents us personally, our health and well-being, and when we look at our current state of play in terms of unfolding of 2020 and the bug in the system, trying not to hit any patrolling bots and algorithms, you know what I mean. This could well mean we see another wave which will ultimately give rise to the new response and enable us to find new measures, new paths, new levels of respect, unconditional love, and full acceptance. While we are all feeling the weight of the events, please always remember that such global events always bring about great change, new focus, and they raise our appreciation while connecting us in new ways and new things. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Never forget this. The countries I have mentioned will see the most amount of transformation. And remember that eclipses are not something immediate. They hold a 3-year window of transformation. Also, never forget that all countries are connected. So while you may not be in the list collectively, we are one and we are linked together commercially, industrially, and genetically. We are the starlings, and this is a giant-sized murmuration. Taurus as an earth sign is ruled by Venus, and so personally this affects our values, which reflects most commonly in our relationships and finances. However beautiful divine ascenders, this will open up some incredible channels of change in which we now get to experience anything of the old and heavy density that has been appearing to bung up the flow now begin to loosen and move out of the way. This is also backed up by the powerful axis of Aldebaran and Antares, which are the two powerful money-related fixed stars that sit in Taurus and Scorpio. I'm sure you are fully aware of where you are being called to love more, care more, dive in more to the depths of your pleasure and play codes, firming up the physical, changing diets, listening to the feel of the field. A super amount of tuning in now is only going to tune up the experience. Collectively, I feel it's important to mention something that feels akin to the clash of the Titans. Saturn is opposing Mars during this time. This is likely to aggravate tensions, and look who's in the list of countries. The next 3 years could be very purifying. Beloveds, there is always purpose. We may not like how purification appears, but they are necessary while our majority is still so deeply unaware. Never forget that each and every awakening happens through the raging hellfires. That's the way it happened for me and for you, and each must experience their loud awakening, too, in order to begin to create this shift into the age of Aquarius. It is our role to hold the space with no judgment, no blame, but with the most divine, unconditional love, seeing all through the soul's eye view, free of sentiment, free of suffering, and fully operating from the eternal life codes. From a gift from Gaia.com. And today from Divine Sister of the Light, Leah Whitehorse, Lua Astrology, New moon, solar eclipse in Gemini. On the Sabian symbol, a modern cafeteria displays an abundance of food, products of various regions. A cosmic restart for us all is today's offering from the universe. With Mercury retrograde conjunct the eclipse and square Neptune, faulty thinking and errant wiring has been sending us off track. As the light dims, we're plunged into darkness. Nerves jangle, we're forced to wait. Decisions and choices hang in the balance until we hear the soul's voice. Relax, breathe. Soon you will see what's there all along. The Sabian of the eclipse tells us that we're in the fortunate position of being able to choose, but what to pick, that is the question. It pays to have half an eye on the future because a quick sugar fix now isn't going to sustain us long term. Refuse to be rushed. Take your time. Ask for feedback. Check the facts. Wait for your mind to clear. The situation is still evolving and liable to change. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And today from the Zolkin Times, Kin 178, White Solar Mirror. Solar is the name for the number 9 and its keywords are intention, pulse, and realize. There's no messing with this number. It gets the job done. I feel sorry for folks who have a solar child because they get what they want and it's hard to say no to them. Utilize this energy today and get what you want. Use your intention, but be discerning. Don't take what you don't need. Today is White Mirror, which represents reflection, endlessness, and order. Today is all about the intention to find the truth. Be prepared to be shocked, surprised, intrigued, or stunned. Learning the truth can have the effect if you are digging around for answers. You never know what you may find. If you have the nerve and you are prepared to hear what you don't want to hear, then go ahead and make it your intention to discover what is really going on. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, Blue Planetary Storm, Kin 179, 11th June 2021, Perfecting Transformation. 11/6/2021 equal 11/6/5 equal 11/11 equal 2/2 equal 4. 11/11 double portal code. 11 gate polarity. Portal. 6 heaven Christ romance harmony. 5 freedom change transformation liberation. 2 twins partner cooperation. 4 form structure foundation earth. Kin 179 equal 8 abundance infinity flow in breath out breath. Manifesting magical planetary transformation through purification for greater love on our planet. Day 10 in the White Dog wave spell of unconditional love, loyalty, devotion, service, friendship, and faith. We are uncovering and healing all that separates us from source love in order to be love. Today we have very active energies following on the eclipse trail, extending the energetic portal through an 11/11 gateway. Huge transformation and catalyzed through this opportunity. This energy on the new moon provides for action-packed manifestation. We are catalyzing great change in our physical world in order to perfect the production of unconditional love. Tone of creation, planetary, tone 10 in the physical realm. Action produces, power perfects, essence manifestation. The 10th stage of the wave spell is the perfection of all we imagined is possible and more. It is the harvest stage where we happily reap our manifest splendor. The forms we have been imagining begin to manifest into our reality, and our lives begin to reflect the deep soul longings that we desire. Planetary energies enable us to build and manifest strong connections with our beloveds today. We have the power to manifest and produce incredible prosperity, happiness, and joy, both in our hearts and the planetary heart of Nova Gaia. A powerful day to get physical, using divine alchemy to manifest from the ethers into matter. Open and activate the flow of unlimited healing and accomplishment in your life today. Today holds incredible codes for purification, transformation, and planetary evolution. So let us pray and hold the intention that Gaia fully catalyzes these cleansing energies to restore her pristine life-sustaining and enhancing blueprint. Trust in the power of the Great Spirit today and the winds of great change catalyze the tremendous changes our planet needs. Alleluia, it is done. Today's question is, how can I harness the power of the storm to catalyze great transformation and manifest healing in my world? Divine blessings for unleashing a great deluge of positive, life-enhancing transformation. and Lakekalakin Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66. Kin 179, Blue, Planetary Storm. The mantra, the code for today is, I perfect in order to catalyze. Producing energy, I seal the matrix of self-generation with the planetary tone of manifestation. I am guided by the power of accomplishment. And on this powerful day of this most powerful solar eclipse, ring of fire, activation, let us know in the comments below, beloved beings of light, what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, your dreams, your visions, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. I'd like to also take the time now to thank everyone for supporting our work and mission. We do rely on the monthly pledges on Patreon and donations through PayPal for our daily living expenses. So if you'd like to help us continue bringing these works to the world and doing our daily transmissions, you can make a pledge at the link at whitegoldeagle.com. Now I'd like to thank Divine Sister of the Light Maria Irene Richards for your donation today. We'd like to also thank Divine Sister of the Light Sally Benson for your donation, and Divine Sister of the Light Amy Hilliard for your donation. Thank you, beloved angels of light. We appreciate you all, and if you'd like to make a one-time donation, you could do so at our PayPal link at egolovecondor.com. Now everyone that makes a donation through our next transmission on Patreon will email you the link to our teaching from last week's transmission, which was the 3 points of healing, powerful healing acupressure teaching and techniques. And for our team on Patreon, we have now archived and linked all of our teachings, transmissions, meditations on our website, primedisclosure.com. Look at the menu at the top. We have a link that is titled Patreon Teachings and Transmission, to make it easier for you to navigate and find these special gifts and teachings. Now I'd like to also thank everyone supporting my Sacred Condors art business on Etsy. She now offers made-to-order Zodiac Goddess totems for each Zodiac sign, and there is one set available of all 12 Zodiac Goddesses, and she also has healing jewelry and several other works of art, so check these out at lunagoddessart.com. Now we're going to end today's transmission with a powerful code from our Pleiadian bro stars and sis stars of the light, and a powerful prayer puja for the new moon solar eclipse. So let us start with Pleiades 1 messages, June 10, 2021. P1 calling Terrans for origins recognition. Attention for calls in PVSE-SDE. Prosperity keeps expanding. Gold coins reverberate in multi-planes. Time counting continues accelerated. Etheric patterns are adjusted to ++. Wayshowers show themselves for healings. New dynamics are established. Realm mergers continue as crystals open portals. Solar projection Kundalini function. 100% of 72H. Solar plexus reverberation. Success. Wait for the next move. Attention Solaris and Solaris. New synchronized solar waves sent to Terran plane. Support and immediate assimilation. 80% of 72H. Hermetic synchronization started. 70% non-regressive. Hermetic reverberations in progress. 70% non-regressive. Transfers to Calthart are approved. First wave 96% non-regressive. Special projectors for MFD 11+++ aimed and reverberant 95% non-regressive. Unconscious liberations initiated 1/3 specific layer greater than 95% non-regressive. Temporarily end of transmission Pleiades 1 potentiating Lemurian inheritances from Disclosure News IT. Now for the powerful prayer puja, new moon solar eclipse, a whole new world, prayer blessing incantation. Specific points of interest from the Macro Goddess Collective, new moon solar eclipse in Gemini 19 degrees, conjunct Mercury and on the North Node, a whole new world. The celestial energies have been like a magic carpet ride as we entered into a new solar cycle amid this eclipse portal. We are now exiting with this solar eclipse. During this period, with several planets in retrograde, we may sense that we are in between worlds. Seeds of intention are supercharged at this time, being assisted by the malleable, mutable energies of Jupiter and Neptune in Pisces, plus the Sun, Moon, and Mercury in Gemini. Sun moving through the photon belt for the first time in 12,000 years increases human bandwidth, increasing the ability to hold more light in the body. Points of note: increase of mental chatter from the current cosmic influences. Be mindful of inner dialogue, remaining uplifting and forward focused. You may need extra effort to lead from the heart center. Sun is moving through the photon belt for the first time in 12,000 years. Mental processes being overhauled, updated. Long-held beliefs purging. Intuitive senses refreshed. The literal winds of change arrive, bringing clarity to recent events. Path of service coming into focus, perhaps again as this is evolving rapidly for many. Proverbial door shut during a lunar eclipse. And now the new door opens. Face east. I face my mind, body, and divine spirit to the east, forever in the wind. These words will echo throughout space and time. Formally invite positive change into your life in this world. Face southeast. I face my mind, body, and divine spirit to the southeast and go beyond reality to enhance my life, the life of everyone joining us, and the life of all existence. Link hearts with everyone joining us today. Then link hearts with all life and send their hearts the following rainbow modalities: flame, plasma, waters, lights, crystalline lights, and thundering light. Face south. I face my mind, body, and divine spirit to the south. All efforts brought forth are for transmutation. I release what no longer serves me, as I already have blessings waiting to arrive. Cut all strings, cords, and attachments you may have that no longer serve you, earth and humanity. Face southwest. I face my mind, body, and divine spirit to the southwest as a quantum engineer. I now direct my attention to the things in need of care because all life forms deserve a peaceful and purposeful life. Get a clear picture of planet Earth free from bondage in all forms. Then engulf this notion in the following plasmas: white, pink, light blue, gold, yellow, green, red, teal, rose gold, silver, orange, indigo, violet, platinum, diamond, and rainbow. Face west. I face my mind, body, and divine spirit to the west. I cleanse my time-space reality with love and positive energy. This landscape is where I shall plant many seeds of positive energy. Envision the following lights engulfing yourself, your loved ones, humanity, and planet Earth: white, rainbow, silver, and gold. Face northwest. I face my mind, body, and divine spirit to the northwest. Consciously, I call upon divine wisdom. Ask infinitely expanding Creator Source to help guide your multiversal path, and so it will serve your highest intentions. Then list the things you are grateful for. Face north. I face my mind, body, and divine spirit to the north. I am one with the laws of nature. I am a child of the earth, but I was born via the mind of infinitely expanding Creator Source. Because of this, I can access the mind of the infinite at any moment, as it is my own higher mind. Connect with the divine mind of infinitely expanding Creator Source. Express it in thought, the reasons why you came to this planet and what you came to achieve. Then pass it to your higher mind and allow it to come back in divine essence and timing. Face northeast. I face my mind, body, and divine spirit to the northeast. I am one with the stars. Each one gives me a different blessing and innate ability. I look forward to discovering every one of them in divine service. I connect with the stars of all the directions to help me digest this truth. Feel the energy of the unlimited stars shining down on you from every possible direction. Then envision an ideal world and an ideal life for yourself and all humans. I face my mind, body, and divine spirit in all the unnamed directions to see reality has more layers than one can articulate. Feel yourself rising straight up, then envision yourself going through the following lights: white, pink, light blue, gold, yellow, green, red, teal, rose gold, silver, orange, indigo, violet, platinum, diamond, and rainbow. I face my mind, body, and divine spirit inside and connect with the essence of all existence by paying attention to what is paying attention. And now meditate. Please speak the following aloud as you come out of your meditation. Metaquiosin, Metaquiosin, Metaquiosin. Aho, from ArchangelicCalendar.com. So thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. Have a most beautiful and blessed solar eclipse activation portal. Keep shining your light brightly into the night and walk gently your sacred path with heart. And be sure to make it the best day ever. The Eagle and the Condor love you all. Namaste.